Into the spunnings we go.
Oh, mate, we're looking for a photon flux stabilizer.
Head that way and take a left. Keep going along this one, follow the zigzag for a little bit.
And I'm just going to start finding the shelf.
When you come to the crossroad, go straight through, chuck a lefty, chuck a righty, and it should be right in front of you.
I have to increase my feelings by 1 each time I either gain a string or someone gains a string on me.
Mm-hmm.
I give you a fucking
How
string.
can you-
You're gonna get another feeling. Give you both strings on me. I just reached all feelings.
Oh no.
Definitely more terracotta shards than one should probably have in a spaceship.
Gonna take some terracotta to the face.
Speaking of blood,
Magic blood.
and I think he's slowly evolving into an eerie companion.
I'm a level up, baby!
Magical.
On to Neon!
Shockwaves that blast through any electrical circuit.
Can we radio someone?
Help is on the way.
I would like to transform, like a Sailor Moon transformation
Yeah.
sequence if a werewolf was a big border collie.
You have crashed on this planet.
That's your problem right there.
So we've crashed.
You've crashed.
We're
We're
here,
here.
but we're here. Let's see how far away our big fruit is.
Looking out across the landscape.
Mhm.
I'd say we're not on the dark side of the planet because we just passed a sun.
Mhm.
So we're on the light side of the planet.
You are indeed on the light side of the planet.
So we have to at least get. Is it a big? Does it seem like a big planet? Like on approach, was it big or like?
It
small?
wasn't the biggest planet you've ever seen. It was slightly bigger than the asteroid.
What day is it?
It is the day.
It's Thursday.
It's Thursday. Let's call it Thursday morning
Okay.
on this planet.
So we have to get to the other side of the planet before
Got about 12
nightfall.
hours to get there.
Hmm.
So, overhead, the help has arrived. It's in the skies above you, and you can see the search scanners sweeping across the trees, tracking the damage that you did to the forest.
Do you know anything about this planet? Is this a friendly planet?
I have people I am friends with who are on this planet. I don't.
But it's like a normal civilization.
Very extremely.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not like that other one with the barrier and
Oh,
like,
no,
you know,
no,
you can just come here, right? We don't need a permit or anything.
No tourist visa needed or anything like that. I haven't really kept up contact with any of the people here, so I don't really know. I don't know. Maybe they have babies or something. You know how it is years later.
Sometimes people do just have babies.
they
Suddenly.
do. It's just
just happens.
strange. Babies just appear out of nowhere.
There was a convenient small note next to Noyenion in your navigation system, which said, welcome to visitors. Open to, people coming to hang out.
They're really trying to get the tourist industry booming.
Not even that, just trying to... It's chill, guys. It's chill.
We're not about to get arrested for arriving on this planet.
Well, maybe arrested for destroying some trees. Who knows?
Crash landed.
Yeah.
There were solar flares.
Yeah.
That's not our
You
fault.
notice that one of the vehicles following your path through the forest is a white vehicle with a big red cross on the side of it.
Oh, nice.
Universal sign for "Are you okay?" They land into the forest next to you. Medics rush over to you and start pulling open your eyes and checking your pulse or wherever your pulse may be on your many alien forms.
I'm only a little bit bloody. I think we're fine. No broken bones. We survived fairly unscathed.
Good. Do you know your own names?
Tawny?
Aurora.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
Is that their names?
Yeah, I think that's their names.
Great. Do you know your name?
Juno.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
Good. You remember your own names? There are no clear signs. I'm the best at medicine. I know medicine things.
You're doing very well.
Thank you. No, that was out of character. In character, they're on top of it. They know how to medic.
I like them more if they said that out loud.
I'm the best. Mum's going to be so proud. First day on the job, and I'm already like, They know their own names. That's definitely one of the questions I'm supposed to ask people. Children.
Medic over here just like,
So they check you out. They make sure you're okay. You've got the physical medic who's self high-fiving, and then the psychological medic who comes over and goes, "Are you okay? You just suffered a traumatic event."
we all go from like laughing to instantly silent.
That must have been very difficult for all of you to experience the terror of falling to near certain death.
I have been through worse than this. My main concern,
Do you want to talk about it?
I really don't. I'm very comfortable not talking about it, but we can talk about you. It must be very stressful in your line of work to have to, constantly be talking to people and engaging with people who are in very traumatized kind of situations.
Thank you so much for your concern. We have a very solid support network for all carers on this planet. All carers have carers in turn who have their own carers. It's
I love
a really beautiful system.
Keroboros.
Oh my goodness, that is beautiful. That sounds very efficient if that works for you. My concern is I need support for my ship. As you can see, is not feeling very good. Would we be able to possibly get some assistance in maybe towing that to a place? Do you have some sort of, or really even if you have a car that I can drive and I can just drive it somewhere else, something like that would be very...
Unfortunately, with the current solar flare situation, all non-emergency vehicles have been grounded.
I would say this vehicle is definitely in an emergency.
It is not a life and death emergency,
but
unfortunately.
my darling little croaky inside is feeling rather unfortunate.
They wander over to the ship and like, "Croaky, how are you feeling?" Mother help.
That sounds very emergency to me. I think perhaps...
I'm asking not the person who was just speaking to us, but just one of the other
Misk helping.
Misk people who was bustling around. Just like, whereabouts, if we, I'm just trying to look for a friend at the moment. If we were to find our friend, they were struggling a bit. Is there like a psychiatric care location that you'd be taking anyone to who's having trouble? Like, if someone's struggling, like, where would they go to get some emotional help?
Sure. Back in the main city of, may I have one syllable?
Yeah.
Back in the main city of Yabasum. Yabasum! Right. Absolutely, there are all kinds of support facilities in Yabasum. I can't do it. You created this.
In your basement.
Where we are right now.
Oh, gosh.
Yes, but there's absolutely so many support facilities. Do you...
Whereabouts is that from here?
If you look over that ridge there, you can see some of the tallest buildings of Yabasum just up there. We actually are charged to bring you back to the main city to register your arrival on the planet. It's just a formality. As soon as we kind of like check your ID and like register you as a visitor, you'll be free to go on your way. There's not much you would want to be doing in this particular forest anyway.
It's not really where we planned to be honest.
No, I had hoped you would say that. If you had planned to be here, I would have to call my friend back over to have maybe a slightly longer conversation with you.
That very fair. No,
But-
we are not camping or really not intending to stay very long.
We
really.
actually
trying to find our friend.
Need to be on the actual other side of the planet.
Out of character, are we? We're on the bright side of the planet.
We're on the
but-
bright side of the
but
planet.
It's 12 hours away.
Yeah.
You've
Are
got
we-
12 hours till moonfall.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how that works, right?
Yeah.
We're working off
Like
the
being
time given based on your planet's time, essentially.
Yeah.
So Thursday evening from your planet is in about 12 hours time. So we're working on that time system because changing deadlines based on every planet we go through sounded like a terrible idea.
Yeah.
Fair.
So Moonfall
there's just like
Thursday.
a particular galaxy time set.
Yeah.
There's an interstellar standard time.
Yeah.
Great. I love all of this.
And this planet does not rotate correctly.
does not.
There's always a dark side.
Just like tidally locked, and one side is scorched, and the other side is frozen.
All of this is canon. You are about halfway between those points right now.
Yeah.
It's like a nice sunrisey, dusky color. You're not sure which direction that is traveling in, but you're on the brink of darkness and light right now. In the forest, which is halfway between a desert and a
Meet me
Ocean.
where on. So and I go to like so if someone was like, hey, like let's meet on the dark side of Noyenian, like where would you meet them?
Well, I wouldn't. We don't go to the dark side.
Is there a particular reason for that?
I'm not saying I believe this. Like I wouldn't say I believe it. But you know, like if everyone around you says don't go into the forest, you'll get eaten by the Jabberwocky. Like I'm not saying I believe in the Jabberwocky, but probably wouldn't hang out in the forest either. If everyone's like, don't go to the dark side of Noyenion, you'll probably die.
Is that
What they do say?
Is that a reason? Why-
Just to be clear, is that what people are saying?
Do a little hesitate thing there.
There are people who've come back who not everyone dies. I just want to be really clear. Like obviously some people go there and come back and are totally fine.
So we're good then, yeah.
No.
That seems fine.
But like,
I'm sure that's all that
And
you're
like
gonna
people
say.
like
Yeah.
live
The
over
people-
there, right?
the people who die there, is that like a
They went like base
don't-
jumping.
like they had a heart attack, like they died of natural causes?
Well, they
or-
went. People do go missing
Hmm.
on the. Other people come back and
Do they say?
they say they've seen things
What things do they see?
like figures, half seen figures
Hmm.
at the night, and
Are they
you know.
Are the
but I'm
figures
not
like-
saying it's probably just like
so there's not like a shuttle
are the figures
that
like
we could like catch there.
No public transport system. out
no,
there.
especially like I said, all
Is there like
non-essential transport has been
Hmm.
granted. We need to get you back to the.
Oh, that
Sure.
we can be having these chats
But,
on
like-
the way back into the city, but
Like-
like the city is closer to the dark side, right?
Yes, it is in the
Excellent.
direction you wish to be going. in.
But, and like out of curiosity, if one wanted to get from
this is all hypothetical. So hypothetical.
like,
yeah.
Clearly.
from Yabesa Lily.
We've never been to this planet before. We don't have
We
the
just
dark
hear people
side
talk
of the
about
planet
it.
on where we come from.
And,
It's
like,
just very interesting.
It's just like where but like if one did want to get from Yabason to
Great name.
to the dark side of the planet, like how long would that take approximately?
Like, do you have bicycles, perhaps?
Or like a small
Like, that's
Sure, there's.
wheeled vehicle.
little scooters.
I'm sure there's places you could hire something in.
Yeah.
But I'm not
Not
saying
that
I
we're-
believe
But
in.
No, not at all. I mean, like, if
the
I
visions
perhaps
that
was
people
operating a particular
I
type
just-
of business that was maybe not like official tax record business or something like that, I would maybe, hear that people are saying, well, it's just a thing, like.
Pardon?
what? Nothing. You said that you register everyone that comes to the planet.
Nah.
Sure do. So if you'll hop on board, we'll all head back to the
yes,
capital.
absolutely. Here we
And
are.
We'll also mark this for Toe, but unfortunately it won't be until after the storm has passed.
And how long will that be?
This one's maybe another 24 hours. This one.
Okay. I mean,
It's quite nice. We all Like, obviously not for us.
We've got till Saturday to be back.
Yeah, and like that's not immediate problem. Croaky can look after in the meantime. Good work, Croaky. I bring you lots of flies.
But like,
You're fine. You're fine, my child.
so we're like all right in the ambulance.
Yeah, we'll jump in the ambulance.
So you said you register like everyone that arrives on the planet. Do you also like register like cargo?
Oof. This is a department that is not me, unfortunately.
Totally, that makes sense.
But
like,
you do have a department that does register.
We have a lot of departments, yes.
yeah, you're very well organized.
Thank you. We try really
civilization.
hard to stay on top of things here.
Do you stay on
look
top of
after
things?
why are you asking?
And we're like, we'll just something. Yeah, this box on the wall
if
is
you prefer
really
to be on top of
interesting.
things, that's
I personally,
Well,
I don't know
really
about you, but I
interesting
like to
over
be
here.
sort of in a kind of equidistant ranking. Is what I mostly prefer. Ideally,
we broke Ebony.
like ideally, equidistant sort of across a table.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I can respect that. I can totally respect that. No, that's really cool. Yeah, me too. Me too.
That's really nice to hear. It's
What about you both? Are you equi- Are you
I am
adjacent to?
so interested in this box on the wall of the ambulance. What does this do?
Same.
of all of the words for you to choose,
Right.
you chose box.
You did. You brought that on yourself.
So, how long have you been working in the public service?
Oh yes.
No, like, do you have any particular kind of formal guidelines on the sort of interactions that are appropriate to be having with?
Oh look, we're here.
God forbid an intimate moment happened
At any point during this game.
in the game of
Regan was just trying to give us hot paramedic.
So, you approach Noyenion, the city of Noyenion, which is
Your basement.
Yeah, Basim.
Basin. Marvelous. And you are taken to the visitors center. The paramedics that helped you give you one last kind of, are you sure you're all good? The counselor who also tried to help you gives you one last, are you sure that you're all okay?
Do you have a number we could maybe call later?
Absolutely. And she passes you a phone number. Anytime.
Perhaps do you have just, I don't know, like some place substance thing, mindless distraction. It's had a lot to think about, and it would just be nice to
I
have like
respect that.
a small device to just kind of, or perhaps a particular ethanol-based substance that one can imbibe.
Well, you're in the capital city. I'm sure after you just pop into the visitors center.
I would like a drink.
So we're at the visitor center.
Mhm.
They just don't have just a huge billboard of names displayed on the wall of everyone that's checked in recently.
No, they just have nice, cheery-looking clerks behind desks.
But are there maybe sign-in books that have names that I can just casually peruse?
Tell you what, they do have an optional guest book that you sometimes find in hotels where previous guests have written things like, love the bath towels.
Mm-hmm.
You are more than welcome to peruse that guest book if you like.
Does any of them say, I just stole a big papaya?
You can check. Not at first glance, but,
I just
take your time. It's not, you can read it, not like you're on a time limit, that's fine.
I want to steal something.
Okay.
Specifically, I want to use my thing that I have, my
Okay.
deft fingers.
You can use your deft fingers if you like.
I would like to use my deft fingers.
How many times do we need to say
Deft
deft
fingers.
fingers? Tell me more about how you would like to use your deft fingers.
I just want to take something and
Just
then
anything?
Well, I was thinking that I would have to take this book. I thought that might be under some sort of a thing. I would like to steal.
You can pretty much just pick up the guest book.
Yeah, that's less exciting.
Well, I'm signing
Gonna
it.
be a
Except there
challenge.
is one elderly clerk who is very attached to the guest.
Perfect.
book.
I'm stealing it.
Why would you?
Because I wish to roll for it.
She's watching you and gesturing you over to come and sign in.
Mm-hmm. Great.
Next.
And I'm gonna try and entice.
The old woman?
No,
me.
you.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna try and entice you and be like, maybe we just check in, and they might be able, we want them on our good books so that they can maybe
No, but like if
tell
we
us.
just,
We don't need to. We don't need
I
to
just
steal.
wanted to take something that belonged to someone else that's important to them.
What?
That would make me feel better.
I think maybe we can find another way to make you feel better,
Are you
There's-
offering me
healthier.
emotional support?
Yes, I am. Maybe
Oh no! Ill feelings!
we'll get checked in. No, because they'll clear a condition for you, won't they?
Claire,
When
literally.
someone offers you emotional support and you refuse to open up, increase your feelings by 1 and
If
choose
you refuse to open up,
and choose one from the listed options for that move as if they rolled a 7 to 9.
you don't have to refuse to open up. You could open up. We'll get a drink after. We'll get checked in.
Oh, we
see
can
if
get drink.
they
It'll be
saw
very good.
the giant
I'm looking forward to getting
papaya,
drink. Yep.
and then we'll have a drink.
Mhm.
Probably don't need to steal their
Oh, I feel
sentimental
like just
guest
maybe
book.
that would just take the edge off. In the meantime, you know,
Yeah,
how it is,
we'll get a
the-
drink like right after this. We'll sit down, have a little breather. It's been a very stressful journey here.
You know what? You have convinced me. I'm not going to steal anything.
Okay.
I am,
But I am still rolling
lying.
for emotional support.
and I am not opening
That's
up.
a
Okay.
that is gonna be a 9.
If you're not opening up, does Ebony's roll affect how you respond to the attempt at offering
So
emotional support?
I choose one from the listed options for that move, as if they rolled a 7 to 9.
Great.
If they rolled 10 plus, they know they got through to you,
Yep. Okay.
and they gain the benefits of the 10 plus results. If I had
You have
opened
some.
up.
Right.
But because you've decided not to open up,
Mhm.
you don't get to clear a condition and you get feelings.
Correct.
Fascinating.
Interesting choices to be
Look.
making.
Claire would be here for this. Tawny.
No.
Tawny's got some issues.
Okay.
As you may
That's
be
fine.
aware. So I choose one from the listed options for that move.
Right.
So I just have to increase my feeling as well.
Right.
So of the emotional support,
Would you like to clear a condition, mark XP, take a +1, or gain insight from the GM about an obstacle facing one of you?
I'm going to feel not insecure anymore.
So we're at the check-in desk.
Yeah.
And I go, oh, hi, we're just here to check in.
Oh, hello. Thank you for coming to our wonderful planet,
Oh.
especially during the solar flare.
Yeah,
It's
that wasn't
beautiful.
intentional.
No,
But well,
just stumbled across it. Well, take a moment, have a nice hot chockey, and watch the sky. It's incredible. That's what I'm doing.
do you get a lot of tourists around this time of year?
Oh, normal. Most people arrive a little bit earlier and get set up and go watch the skies.
Anyone else arrive during the flares just the other day? God, it would have been like yesterday or the day before.
Just recently.
Just recently.
Perhaps
Rocco.
any new people.
We're supposed to be
from-
meeting a friend here, and they got here just before we did.
And we don't know exactly where they are. They didn't leave us very good instructions on where to find them.
No, I'm not supposed to violate any privacy agreements, but you tell me your friend's name.
Obviously. It's a joke between them and us. They say that very often, so we call them obviously.
Just
And
typing like this.
Watching the typing happening so slow turns me back into a person.
She looks over her laptop. Oh,
is it another magical girl kind of transformation? But like
just-
it's like a dimming kind of light.
Well,
that's quite
very low key.
Tell me, how does that affect how you check in? Because I do need to
Oh,
humanoid.
all the same details is fine. It's fine.
Okay.
You know.
Why? And am I still looking up? Obviously.
Da, but in both, perhaps.
There's an older gentleman who checked in 42 days ago. Looks like obviously is his middle name.
How obvious is the guest book?
Oh, it's still just on that table.
I'm going to walk out,
Okay.
stealing the guest book.
Mhm.
Nyum. That's a 6 plus grace, which is a 7. The person doesn't know that I took it.
I'm sure that'll be very useful.
I'm sure it will be. And I'm walking outside now, and I'm going to go outside, and I'm going to find somewhere to scream.
There's an alleyway directly to your left.
I'm going to go into the alleyway, and then I'm going to start screaming in the alleyway.
Could I
It's okay, Heather.
I'm so sorry.
No, thank you for trying.
I would love to help. Could I get your names? I do need to.
Yeah.
check you in.
Aurora Belladonna.
Oh, there's a little. Oh, you've left something in lost property.
Oh, yeah.
You left this behind last time you were here.
Oh, yes.
And could I get
Of course.
your name, please?
Juno.
You're in. And your friends seem to be having.
Oh,
They
they
seem
seem
quite
travel sick.
yeah. Could I just grab their name too, please?
Tawny Strix.
Well, you're all registered.
Thank
you for stopping by, and
Yeah, thanks.
best of luck.
Get outside.
I'm looking through the guest book. I'm assuming I find absolutely nothing useful in there.
No, what you wanted was
Yeah,
No,
it's-
that's
it's-
amazing.
It's almost
That's
as if
great,
we
though.
went on a side quest.
I'm now going to rip the guest book in half.
Whoa. Okay.
I'm
But it's
gonna-
not precious to you.
It's not precious to me, but someone else.
But it has to be someone you care about. Do you care about Heather? I don't
I
think
did
you
care
do.
about Heather just in that moment.
Just in that moment.
Come on. Heather's going to be devastated.
Heather will be. You
clearly
won't
don't
be.
care about Heather.
That's specifically why I'm going to be less angry.
Tell you what,
because
Claire, if you break one of their things, you can clear that one.
I'm not going to do that, am I?
That's why it's hard, Claire.
Okay, well, I'm just going to
I
throw the guest book.
I would personally like to follow the sounds of
The screaming.
the screaming, and kind of like poke my head into the alleyway and be like,
Absolutely.
Tawny,
Da.
just getting the vibe that this has been kind of rough. For
Why did it give you that impression?
we'll try and find this papaya, and then when we get back, maybe I should. If it feels like you want some space, so I might just give you some space, and so.
Oh, it's completely fine. We have a job to do, and we're going to get the job done, and then we're going to go back home, and it's going to be lovely.
To be specific, from an
Meta.
outside of the from the meta, what I'm doing here is less trying to comfort you, and
Seeking comfort.
more being like, I don't deserve to have you as a mentor because I'm doing this bad, and so I am sacrificing something important just to hurt myself for what I did,
And clearing that
and
guilty.
I am clearing my guilt.
I'm going to add that feeling there.
And we're back.
And I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try and
Nice.
figure you out.
Oh my God. What?
Yeah. So I'm gonna try and figure out Tawny, what's going on here? Because that was some weird ass behavior.
Also, we still haven't addressed the fact that the accent has now stuck in a very specific one for quite a while, and maybe that's
And
a
it
little.
was after a wound to the head.
Yeah. So, and I'm going to spend a string that I
Get a
have
plus
on
3.
you
Nice.
for +3.
Yeah. You're annihilating to
I'm figuring you
I
know them to their bones.
right
I
the
am
hell
so
out.
deeply figured.
So that's gonna be like a 13. You're like very
It's not an option, but okay.
very
So in
figured.
figuring me out, is that
So I can ask 2 questions.
Yep.
Tawny, you seem very like hesitant to like open up to us about what might be going on. And I'm just trying to like understand like what your feelings are towards this
you are both
situation.
you're both very young. I know you probably have had experiences before where things have hurt and you have tried to move through those experiences, and I'm sure you're familiar and you think you know what that is and what that looks like. I don't want to destroy any sort of sense of hope you might have, but really, at the end of the day, you can only rely on yourself.
What do you hope to get from closing yourself off so much?
I hope to not get hurt again.
That feels like
That was 2 questions. That's my 2 questions.
you made up the last one, but I'll allow it.
No, what do you hope to get from blank?
Oh, great.
I know what I'm doing, son.
I apologize.
And I go, that's fine. I understand. I just would hope that, you could trust us a little bit more. We're not trying to hurt you, Tawny. Walk away.
Nobody ever does.
Oh.
So,
anyways, I got a letter.
Oh.
There was a letter for me when I gave her my name. There was a letter, so we probably didn't need to. Anyways,
I look at the guest book that I've just like thrown into the alleyway, and it's like now kind of covered in grime.
You hear a faint voice from inside. Daniel, have you seen the guest book?
No.
I've gotten such lovely messages from people. I just wanted a little pick-me-up after that. I just had a little bit of an emotional a moment with the last people who came in, and I just needed a little
I'm going to open that guest book up. I'm going to dust off the gross things from the alley and then I'm going to write a nice little message in there for Heather about what a good job she's doing, and I hope she finds other people to talk to who she feels good around, and then I'm going to return it. Oh, this was outside in the alley. And then I leave it in. And because I have now secretly performed a nice thing for someone, I'm going to reduce my feelings by 1. Back down to nothing.
I'll even say Heather had turned to talk to Daniel and didn't see you slip back
Yep,
in.
that's exactly what happened. Thank you. Anyway, back to...
another letter. Says, Aurora, welcome to Noyenion. Have you enjoyed the solar winds so far? So, attempted murder and thievery on their list.
I mean, did they cause the solar winds?
Well, they put us right in the path
They
of
did
the
plan it,
so,
it seems.
and then I suspect you can tell me about it if you make it to Dead Man's Peak. That's where I'll be waiting. So now we just need to get transport to Dead Man's Peak on the dark side of Noyenion in 11 hours.
That took at least 8 hours.
It was a lot, but let's call it 11.
Perhaps bicycle
Like a taxi.
vehicle.
I mean, we're right outside the
taxis.
visitor center. there
There's
like a
some-
taxi bay?
Is there like a map of city?
There's a map of the city. There's a list of useful places you might want to check out. Like basically any information you want to access about Noyenion right now. Hit me and I will give you the information you're looking for.
Tourism, like sightseeing list. Is there one of those like
Spooky tours.
is there a spooky tours? Is there tours touting tours of the dark side of Noyenion?
You notice when looking at all the sites of interest and all the things like that, there is nothing for the dark side. The closest you can get is the, let's say, west side of the city is the direction towards Noyenion, towards the dark side, sorry. And there are tours that take you along the edge, but not the full-blown dark side of Noyenion.
Can we access a map of the dark side?
Yeah, there is, let's say there's a map of the whole planet there with like, you know, big arrows pointing like
The Great Crater.
Great Crater, yes. The
Danger Bridge.
the Tower of Sightseeing, Danger Bridge, like all those sorts of places just highlight and you see maybe, let's say 6 hours walk into the dark side is Dead Man's Peak, which is big mountain. Looks like a mountain.
We can get out to the edge.
Perhaps if we can rent a bicycle of some kind or hoverboard.
Scanning.
There's
Is there
bicycles. There's
Moped
hoverboard.
hire?
Mopeds, yep.
Moped. Can you drive a moped?
I can drive anything.
Can you drive a moped?
I probably could. Yeah, I
Considering
can.
I saw how you handled my ship back there. I think you could absolutely drive a moped. On our way to acquire mopeds, I would like to go to a bar.
What's the name of the bar, Claire?
It's the Carabiner.
Yeah, it is. You've been waiting all session to use
Yes. Okay.
that. Now, because I'm me, explain the joke. Why is that funny?
Lesbians and carabiners are funny.
Oh, okay, great.
That's
Carry
it.
on.
That's the joke. I go into the carabiner.
You walk towards the carabiner, and you notice as there's a statue of a bean next to the door, and as everyone enters, they just give it a little
Yes. Good. That's what I
for
wanted.
good luck.
That's what I wanted. Little flick the bean, and in we go.
You're welcome.
Are you proud of yourself?
I'm so proud of myself. All right, cool. So you head into the carabiner.
In I go. I'm just going to order the strongest drink.
Slam it down. Looks like you need it.
And I did.
Something for you. What do you want, love?
And I'm taking my hopeless away.
Just watching.
No.
Could I just... Yeah, I'll get one of those as well, please.
All right.
And
Fuck it, one for me too.
Juno is going to attempt to sip the drink.
Hilarious.
And
Love it.
it's,
It burns
gonna
like
go-
the fire of 1,000 suns.
yeah, very poorly.
It's
then be
actually
like,
called
"Oh."
the Fire of 1,000 Suns.
Yeah, I knock it down and then just kind of,
And knock it back.
yep. That's it.
I'm actually starving. Do you guys want to get something to eat?
It's a very good idea.
We've got a long trip. After a long trip, so sit down. Okay, I'll get just a beer as well, please. Sit down to have a little bit of lunch.
Do you have lunch menu? Here's one I prepared earlier.
Would you believe?
Remember? Wait, did you? Did you actually? Because I was going to say that
I
whole like
removed that.
5,000 words that you wrote.
I removed that encounter, but seeing as you've requested it,
Wait, what? Were we supposed to get lunch somewhere?
I'm so absurdly pleased that you
Bye.
made a
let me find.
menu. Oh, that is incredible.
So, the bartender bumps a menu down in front of you. You open it up, and on the beverages list, you see a nebulate, a cosmoca, or a long black hole. the food options.
I'm deceased. I am deceased.
You can have a meteor pie,
Mm-hmm.
a croissant moon, a quesadilla, or a comlet.
Just a comet.
Comlet.
Comlet. Okay.
Can I get the
What was that?
quesadilla, please?
Yep.
No, have a cross. No, it's got gluten in it. I will have the.
The comlet.
The cumlet, please.
Meant to be a space pun, but that's fine.
I will take everything that you love and I will ruin it.
Thank you. Yep, for you.
I forgot all of the options except the meteor pie, so
Yep.
I'll get that one then.
Yep. The appropriate 7 minutes later, your food arrives. Meteor pie, comlet, quesadilla. Walks away.
Amazing.
Thank you for participating in my menu.
Just
Here's what I prepared.
just before they walk away, because I did say technically aloud what I want from an NPC, I would like to use my playbook move, Shameless. When you say aloud what you want from an NPC, you may give them a string on you to ask a question about them from the figure out a person move.
Okay. So I ask you a question now? Or you ask me a question?
So that I can ask a question from them.
Congratulations, you can now ask a question of the disgruntled bartender.
Yes, it was quite important to me.
Okay.
And you have a string on me if you so desire.
I would love that.
So I would like to ask just out of curiosity.
Yep.
What's your favorite item on the menu? Like, what are your feelings towards the foods on this menu? Do you have a favorite?
I like the meteor pie too.
Oh, I'm glad I made the right choice then. Thanks.
Yep.
Not what are your feelings toward the dark side of Neon. Not how could I get you to tell me the quickest way to get to Dead Man's Peak.
Winter knows what she wants.
Not
I just the absolute commitment to
Chaos.
this.
It would have felt like cheating if I had have asked for actual useful information.
Look fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So you enjoy your food.
Yeah.
Slightly drunker. Slightly sleepier with food in your stomach. Are you ready to go in search of mopeds? What adventures would you like in Noyenion? It's not like you're on a time limit.
I mean, I personally, now that we've had some food,
I'm ready.
The trouble that I have with the moped plan is that what do we do when we get there?
How do we get the papaya
We
back?
still have to get a papaya
Well, I
back.
figured they've got the papaya there. And if we just give them what they want, they'll just give us the papaya and the papaya transporting apparatus.
supposedly.
Yeah, we've given you what you want. Now give me your car
Look,
/ spaceship.
they made us go on this
all, like,
long
friends
space.
together. They said that they would give us the papaya back.
And also,
Did they?
Didn't they?
oh no, they just said
Sorry,
that they had
I'm
it.
just messing with you.
I guess.
Yeah, they said they'd hate for the festival to have to go ahead without its centerpiece.
I mean, they didn't like that's not actually.
And that it's safe.
They would hate for it to go without.
Be awful, wouldn't it?
Oh no. Oh
Sorry.
no.
So I think surely it should be fine.
Look,
Like, I don't really have
If-
the extra, like, I work at a bookstore. I don't have the extra money to hire a whole ute. Like,
It
that's a
should be
high
okay.
insurance premium to hire one of those, especially if
it
Go
will be
off-road.
fine because if all else fails, I've got a sword.
Well, we all have swords.
Oh, well. In that case, we all have swords. We can just pull our swords out on them and make them give us what we want.
If you'll look behind you, here's one we prepared earlier.
Here's 2. Here's 3.
3.
There's 3 swords.
Everyone
back
gets a
there.
sword.
Amazing.
You know, I mean, it won't. I don't think it should come to that.
I mean, they did just try to murder us by sending us through the long, silly papaya chase.
But like, why would they do that if they want? I have something that they want. So like, surely.
But perhaps
Unless it's like
perhaps it's something that
my
you
organs
have that you don't want to give them, or perhaps you give them the thing and then they say, "Haha, we don't give you papaya." You know, they, you know.
Well, and then then we have swords. Or
That's
ghosts,
what I'm saying.
you know, whatever.
Oh, interesting.
What? It's fine.
This is fine.
Maybe the thing that they want was the friends we made along the way,
That would be nice. They could have definitely
and they want to
just like
kill us.
they were in town. They could have just knocked on my door. So,
Hmm.
you know.
But then we wouldn't have made the friends along the way.
Great
Okay.
question.
Yeah, 'cause that's what I wanted. Friends. Definitely what I
Emerald,
needed.
you don't need emerald.
I'm giving myself another feeling, and can I have another
Exactly what I
string to give
needed.
to
So,
Winter?
why don't we just go and then we can go home
Just gonna give you
and
that string,
Love it.
and I'm just gonna.
Tawny secretly wants the friends they made along the way.
yeah, and that's just
I just had a little
so
moment
insecure.
there as you were saying that, and it's fine. I didn't
Everything's
give
fine.
anything away.
just so insecure about that whole situation.
Just,
With emerald.
Yep.
Mm.
Man, yeah.
I just gained a 4th string on
Ooh.
Tawny here.
Wow. What do you get?
You have a profound insight and learn something about them that even they don't know. The player tells you what you learn, possibly asking the Gaymaster for ideas. It's up to you whether you share that insight with the character or not.
Mm.
In addition, clear all but one of your strings on them and gain 2 XP.
Nice.
So, would you like to ask a question? Would you like me to give you some information about my character
think
that
it's-
they do not know?
You say
Yeah,
what they learn.
you tell me
You
what
decide.
I learned. Yeah.
I think what you know in that moment, you catch just like a moment of an expression just flicker and then die or is strangled. I don't know. And
Heck.
it's just, you can see that Tawny is someone who once loved very, very deeply and was very, very deeply hurt and has closed themselves off completely. And all of this is just bluster. And like, that's all very obvious. But the thing is essentially that yes, Tawny deeply, deeply craves connection and friendship, but just doesn't trust that they are able to choose the right people to let in.
Mm.
That is what you know about me in that momentary thing of you saying, maybe it's the friends we made along the way. And you just look up and you see all of that on my face in a second. And then it's gone. Anyway, onwards to mopeds.
And I'm just there like
Oh, you were part of none of that.
Oh yeah.
You didn't.
Yeah, I'm just there
That
like
just went over your head.
and I'm like, yeah, friends with my ex's new partner.
Yeah,
that's
you're
really
very
what I
focused on
want. I'm really, really glad that you came along.
Why are you here? Why did you actually come along?
And it's like, oh, and you've just been very cool and chill the whole time, and I can see why she likes you. So it's fine. It's fine.
Up ahead is mopeds for hire.
Mm-hmm.
Spopeds. Get your spopeds.
Wow.
Get
yeah.
your spopeds.
Yep.
When you get there, the lights are on inside the store, but there is a closed sign on front.
I'm gonna go up and knock.
Great.
Hello.
You see a head pop out
Hello.
from the back room. Oh. Hey, everybody.
Hello.
can I do for you?
Oh, you'll see. And now I'm going to go on out the devious scheme. And I'm hoping that you are going to be with me. We are archaeologists, prospector people who are, we were supposed to come here like earlier in the week before all of the solar flare things. And so we were obviously having to use travel. And unfortunately, as you can see, it's a whole sort of a thing, but we have our PhD is coming up and it's going to be a very rough time. And we're just wondering if you would be ever so kind as to potentially just let us hire some mopeds.
Oh, golly, that's a rough situation to be in.
Because if you're going along
I hear
with my
you,
plan.
I feel you, I see that.
That's a 5.
Yeah, that's a 1 and a 2.
I got 2 wit. That's a 5.
It's still under a 6. Would you like to mark experience?
Oh yeah, just when I did the string advance, I also leveled up. Which
Oh yeah. What move did you take?
big dyke energy,
Nice.
Amazing.
and no one noticed me ducking off or doing anything. But I seem like I have just like a new ear piercing.
Nice.
Yeah, just yeah.
I'm sure that will be relevant.
No, it's just a.
It's just there. Oh, okay.
It's just there. It would just.
What
We're
will
just.
this turn out to be?
The thing just says, oh, when you level up, maybe there's like an appearance change or some
great.
kind of like outfit change or something. No, I just have a new ear piercing now.
There was a little sparkle ribbon, the faint sound of music, and then bing. Yeah. Nice.
And I'm like, cool.
Oh, look, I can see you running late. I can see you need the moment. It's not that we don't. It's not that I don't want to buy you a moped. That's kind of my whole purpose for being here. It's just like if you turn the moped on and run electricity through the circuit while the flares are going, it will fry.
I see.
It's not.
You wouldn't perhaps know anyone who has non-electric bicycles?
Oh, absolutely next door.
Amazing, thank you.
Oh, great. Bicycle.
Well, if we can't use electricity because solar flares, this is the next best option.
Solar flare, light bulb explodes.
You might want to replace that.
How are we gonna? It's like 7 hours.
We can pedal very fast. We just ate
We
a bunch
might
of
be
food.
able to pedal faster if we get like a 3-seat bicycle.
Do it. Absolutely do it.
What bicycle options are there?
They are all 3-seater bicycles. Someone sticks their head out from next door. Howdy, everyone. You need a 3-seater bicycle.
Oh,
Is
and there
that
was
the only
only one
option?
bicycle.
Wheel it out the door, and it just keeps going.
Yeah,
There are
great.
also other bicycles.
No, we're doing the 3-seater because we have to. That's what we must. We must.
Yeah. You're going to have a great time. Mm-hmm. So solid teamwork activity.
Mm-hmm.
Best with friends. Or family. Or lovers. I don't.
Just
Definitely not lovers.
colleagues also. Very good.
Colleagues.
Mhm.
I mean, I guess.
Mhm.
Colleagues can turn into friends. It's okay. Or family. Or lovers.
Okay, thank you very much for your assistance. We have to do cycling now to place of archaeology expedition. Thank you very much.
I'm sure there's been some money exchanged. Farewell.
Yes.
And
Hand
on
wave.
the 3-seater bicycle we go.
Right in my back. Right
Who? In what order?
Ooh, good question.
Oh God, I feel like you're both gonna want me in the front, aren't you?
Yeah, I feel like it's correct.
Yeah, I'm in the front.
I'm probably.
In the middle.
No, I was gonna say I think I'm behind Juno.
I was gonna say like having the
That would make the most.
meatiest person up the back.
Would it? Wouldn't? No, you'd want the lightest person up the back, especially if we're going
Yeah,
up hills and things.
I don't know.
I know
how.
nothing about physics.
I've never ridden a 3-seater bicycle.
I also have not.
I have
feel
ridden
like
a
you-
bicycle with 3 people on it.
Mm,
Oh, 5 or
Not
6
quite.
people on it. That was
So
fun.
you want the
But, like,
most like the
the weightier
the
people up
bulkiest,
the-
want it
strongest
balanced.
pressure in the middle.
as long as there's, I would probably put Juno in the middle
Okay.
because if you have someone on the front of a bike, you also want to have someone on the back of a bike if you can.
I'm
Done.
convinced.
That's space physics for you.
And so is Juno.
I'm really sure the audience has enjoyed this lesson on 3-seater bicycle physics
By people who have no experience.
by people who've never ridden a 3-seater bicycle or
You're welcome.
studied
You
physics.
can trust us.
So you hop on, you kick off, you start pedaling.
Oh god. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
In no one but the front steers, right?
Nope.
Like there's handlebars, but they don't move.
I'm
Yes.
steering.
Cool.
You know where we're going?
You said Dead Man's Peak. I saw the Dead Man's Peak on the place in the map. So this way,
West.
west,
All right.
into the place.
It's just like a fairly decent road. In,
Well,
like,
you're in
as-
town at the moment.
Yeah.
It's
So-
just it's a great road, and
Yep.
no one's driving because
They can't.
they can't. There's a couple of other bicycles. There's people with binoculars looking up at the sky.
Mm-hmm.
There's people sitting on front porches drinking beers and looking up at the sky.
It
There's people
seems
just
like
hanging out.
everyone's having a really nice time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone's having
Just
a great
like
time.
doing a bit way and just like turn around from the bike and just be like getting a good view. and just
like-
keep, and just keep
The
on
blush,
cycling.
the blush just like slowly rises.
There's a thing called smitten. If you are in fact
There sure is. Not yet though. Some bottling it.
okay,
It's
Apologies.
that's not that
We're not there yet.
can't
Okay.
can't be happening. So it's not.
Been
That's
there, done that.
basically what I've been doing this whole game.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Um,
We're cycling and getting out of the city into the dark side.
You ride out of the city.
Yeah.
The road continues
we're in the permanent
for a little
sunset.
bit, but
It's very
after that it turns into less of a road and more like a trail from where people have gone, jogging footpaths and those sorts of things, and you keep heading west. And then the jogging footpaths stop because no one goes to the dark side, and you end up riding on kind of flat-ish earth and then slightly bumpier earth, and then you're having a great time on your 3-person bicycle. It is definitely easy to maneuver through this terrain.
Yeah,
100%.
off-roading on a 3-person bicycle.
There's no.
We've made choices.
There's. You can kind of see the mountain looming in the distance. It's easy enough to follow.
But like, is there a point where we go from the light side into the dark side?
Yes. So as you travel, it gets darker and darker and darker. The lights keep flashing overhead from the solar flares, but that becomes the only light you can see.
Is there a light on our bicycle?
There is a little torch on the front of your bicycle if you would like to
Turn that
turn it
on.
on. It
Wait.
lasts for about. No, you said wait. You can.
No,
Oh no.
I just recalled that it is made of electricity.
No, we definitely would. It's batteries.
No, it's electricity.
No. It lasts for about 5 minutes before the next flare shoots overhead and your little lamp
Oh shit.
goes out again. So you're navigating as best as you can through the darkness.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to, probably you, because you're steering,
Mm-hmm.
as always,
Mm-hmm.
would you like to roll to defy disaster as you ride your bicycle through the impossible night?
Mm-hmm. I guess I would really like to do that. That would be exactly what
I thought you might.
want to do.
Sounded like something you would like to do.
That's a
Could be worse.
9, in fact.
You come up on a hazard.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to successfully avoid the hazard but puncture one of the tires on the bicycle?
How many tires does it have?
3? Everyone gets a tire?
Yeah.
Sure.
That seems equitable.
4? I don't know.
We either crash or we.
You crash,
Yeah.
risk being injured or risk something else happening, or you can veer off to the side onto the pointy looking rocks. You're about halfway there.
Can I launch myself from the front seat of the bike
I'm sure that
into whatever it was that I was going to crash into?
You can.
And then the bike is not being steered and we crash anyway.
No, because as I'm doing it, I yelled for you to brake.
You have the brakes. It's a bicycle.
You should all have brakes.
Yeah, I feel like everyone has brakes.
Yeah. I feel like everyone has brakes.
I feel like that would
What does you launching yourself off do? How does that
Because
help?
I want to launch myself in front and then it crashes into me instead.
You're making yourself into a crash mat?
Yes.
we could just swerve out of the way.
But then we'll lose the tire.
Okay, yes.
How-
Tawny has
Or we-
launched themselves
Or we
Off
lose
the
a
bike.
functional person.
for reasons unknown.
Like, what is that? And I can't see anything because Juno is in front of me.
Yeah.
So just suddenly the bike goes, wow.
And I'm
you
yelling,
hear-
brake!
So you slam on the brakes.
Mm-hmm.
Tawny tries to like brace against
Mm-hmm.
the bicycle.
How do you...
It's unclear. We're rolling with
Space
it.
physics.
We are rolling with this. They do a flip through the air.
Oh,
And
do
then-
they have to roll for the flip through? And they already
Oh,
rolled.
They've done a
that
roll.
was
This is
smart.
what's happening. And
Mm-hmm.
you do something incredibly cool
Mm-hmm.
once again to help save and protect these young queer beings. You flip from the bike. You catch it.
Mm-hmm.
They break, so the damage isn't too great to your physical being.
Mm-hmm.
However, they are both very impressed.
What in... That was... What?
Mm-hmm. Actually, that's if it's both of them, that's two at the same time, isn't it?
Yeah, had to make it worth it.
Yeah.
You want to kick flip off a bike and catch it? That's the price.
What the fuck was that?
Tawny, that was tight as hell.
Mm.
Like, I knew that you did like all of the, flying and mechanical shit, but like, I didn't know you did stunt riding.
That
Shit.
was crazy.
I've done a lot of things in my life.
Clearly.
Mm.
Should we keep going?
I think so.
Are you okay? Like,
Can we ride a bicycle after that? Like, it's going to feel so clumsy.
As you're checking on each other and making sure everything's okay and kind of giving the bike a once over because it still was a quite an aggressive moment for the bicycle. Another flare flashes.
Do the flares cause like auroras?
Yeah, basically.
It's like nudging and be like, hey, it's your namesake.
Mm.
Aw.
You're like a cartoon character. It just went up. Mm-hmm.
yeah. I think Aurora might be
A little bit.
a little bit smitten, with Juno.
Oh. There should be
so-
something on your character sheet that happens when you are smitten.
Yes.
Why'd I do?
Is it
Bring
when
up
I
the
become?
snails.
Yes. So I have to. Can I have? They get another, which means you now have 4 on.
It sure does.
Then that means Juno's going to give back 3.
That's
anyway.
true. So.
And get a bunch of XP, I guess.
So I am smitten as we stand here after this terrible crash, looking up at the solar flare.
Beautiful sky.
And so answer the question, my truths of heart and blade section of my playbook, which is why did I bring up the snails? All right, so I think I have to say why. Give them a string. I think it's just because you have just a genuinely like cheery, positive outlook, which is probably something I haven't had in a very long time. And I don't know, you just have like a lot of joy in the world and a lot of like acceptance of any situation, and for someone that's generally rather stressed.
That's a nice balance.
That's a nice balance.
It's like just being kind of normal
Yeah.
Whoa.
around you
Yeah.
because I
Even though like
haven't picked up on what exactly
my
is
issue
the
was
problem.
Beautiful.
And what obvious thing about me am I sure that would make them reject me? And I think it's that
M's ex.
yeah.
But like you're not over
Yeah.
that relationship.
That I'm not like I don't know, that I'm the obvious thing is that I think that I'm just like a very insecure person, and they are like so full of joy and bubbly that would just like not be something that they would be interested in. So that's what I think it is. Yeah.
And also, just to make you do more role-playing work, what is some profound insight that even you don't know, that even Aurora doesn't know about themselves?
Oh, yes, of course. Yeah, so you like say that cute ass shit to me, and I like look up and I'm like and I think the insight that you probably see is that I probably don't believe that I am like deserving of like gentleness or kindness. And that's why I like spend so much time by myself and like dealing with like dangerous spirits, because I feel like that's a better suited place for me.
Like they're easy company.
And that's and like that's probably what the issue was with Emerald, and probably issues from even before that relationship. But it's that I don't think that I you say a fairly innocuous nice thing that isn't even anything about me, and I'm like, don't look at me. So it's probably that I don't think I'm deserving of kindness or gentleness. So there you go.
Oh,
There you go. It's real sad, everybody. Hope you're having a good time.
Ebony, no. I mean, Aurora, no.
We're not just playing weird little role plays of ourselves. That would be so ridiculous.
For yourself, Claire.
I am the Gaymaster.
Regan is the Gaymaster in everyday life.
Speaking of strings, when you were both very impressed by my sweet ass move, did I get strings from both of you? Was that a thing that also happened?
That was the implication there, because I know Claire hates receiving strings. So.
Yes, I do. I do really hate receiving strings. And it
Your
hurt
collection.
Me. I'm close to figuring Juno out, though. Against my will.
You're just getting all of these pieces.
And I'm just like, oh, fuck, I'm just learning more and caring about people, and I hate it. It's
the worst. People are the worst.
They are. Anyway, you just had a real cute moment.
Yep.
Did. So night has taken the world around you. It's pitch black.
Yep.
The solar winds continue to flare overhead. Warm colours dancing across the sky, brilliant against the deep blue of the universe. The plants reflect the colour, trees turning orange and grass turning almost to flame. There's something foreboding about walking through a land on fire or riding. Aurora, you notice at first a tingle up your spine and the feeling of being watched.
Just like, and I'm on the back of the bike.
You back on the bike?
Well, yeah, I think we're
Yep, cool.
Yeah.
Pedaling onwards.
In the flares as they pass, do I see anything as?
Yeah, you do. Each time there is a flare, you get a glimpse of the landscape as a whole. And as it happens more and more often, you get to know what to expect when you're looking at it. And this next time you see a flare, you see a shape that wasn't there before. Not yet.
Juno.
Yeah, what's up? Why are we whispering?
I think there's something out there.
Is it a papaya?
No, not the papaya.
Damn it.
I think there's something out there.
What are you whispering about? I can't hear you.
I
love that you're riding a bike.
Yeah.
While trying to whisper.
Yeah.
Do you stop?
No,
I
keep going.
slowed.
Okay.
Slow
Just
down.
say, just right to the left. Just next time there's a flare, I think there's somebody there.
Oh, as in like bad somebody. But the letter somebody?
I don't know. I think there's just a form in the dark. I'm just trying to say I saw something.
Okay, let's not give it away that we saw them then. If that's what is happening. I'm like whispering back over my shoulder.
Like I'm in the middle trying to like pass the message.
I think they said there's someone. No, they definitely said there's someone.
No, the flare, just to the left.
The next time, the planet-bound wind picks up a warning of the flare to follow. You hear the sound of screeching. When the sky flashes, it is reflected in the air to your left on a sword that is swinging towards you.
Oh, shit.
Like
Because,
close?
like, straight up in your face.
Like there's a sword.
Because you specifically asked that question if you saw something. I'm not going to make you roll to avoid this one. You were just forewarned.
We were just ready.
You just nailed that roleplay.
Oh,
Good job.
good. Thanks.
So you managed to slam on the brakes and dodge the sword and
Tumble off the bike.
tumble off the bike.
And that,
We
I
all go
imagine,
down, I
goes
imagine.
throwing us, and I'm going to do a cool
Cool flip.
flip again.
Apparently,
But, like,
apparently
your
cool
practice
flips are in your repertoire now.
Cool flips for everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone is off the bike and standing, sitting.
I was crouching
Crouching.
behind the bikes.
Drawing my sword
Mhm.
and then saying, "Don't ever take up smoking, kids." And I have I just have a lighter that I have, and I'm gonna
Cool.
to potentially give us some illumination.
You do that.
Yes, I do.
Do you hold it up? Do you try and look around? Do you-
I'm holding
Juno
it
has
up.
spent a lot of time thinking that Tawny is cool as hell, and I'm like, oh. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
smoking's not
guess
cool.
that could count.
Smoking's
I
not cool.
guess.
It's not cool. It's a bad habit. Don't do it.
We endorse that message.
Yes. And now I'm looking around with my sword drawn.
You can't see anything with your lighter.
Interesting.
stand there ready.
Juno is just like confused, but also just like pissed off because she saw a thing.
Yeah.
And so he's just like, okay, what the what the hell? What the fuck is going on?
Yep.
Like, what was that? And she's like, kind of like, hackles up,
Yep.
is mad,
Yep.
and is going to.
Angry or transform.
I think not transforming, but
Okay.
is
It's close.
actually no. If that happens, yeah, I'm transforming.
Oh, okay.
Not by choice. not by choice. Just because like.
It's happening.
Instinctive
It's-
reaction.
Yeah, if you hit 4, then you transform. And yes, I was at 3.
Magic. So, magical girl transformation.
Do we get some light?
I was
Or is it fake
tempted when
light?
it was dark earlier. I was like, oh, maybe I could just try and transform back and forth. So you can use that as a
tiring, I think.
light source.
That would be
No, in the same way as like Sailor Moon,
Yeah.
you just lose everything that's happening in the world. The
Yeah.
transformation happens and then you come back.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Cool.
So you're standing back to back,
Mm-hmm.
swords raised,
Yeah.
ready.
My little flame is doing nothing.
Nothing. Actually, it starts to flicker as the wind picks up again.
Hmm.
The screeching comes again
From which direction?
all around you.
Oh no.
It's in your head.
Juno has her sword out, but in her mouth. Like that one dog from Dark Souls.
Yeah, great.
Amazing.
Can I roll this for randomization purposes? A sword comes crashing down towards you,
Mm-hmm.
Tawny.
And I see the glint of it in the tiny bit of my flame, and I parry.
Good job. Congratulations. You're able to parry. You see the outline in the next solar flare of a humanoid figure wielding the sword.
Mm-hmm.
And when the aurora fades overhead, the figure is gone again.
Wait, so their blade came down. Our blades met.
Chink. And then they disappear.
Did they like fully disappear, or did they like did that connection like they slid off or something like that?
It felt almost as if for the duration of the solar flare, their blade was pushing down on you, and then as the solar flare faded, that weight just kind of
vanished. And like, did I see in that like little bit of I saw it actually like disappear.
Yep.
In the darkness.
Yep.
Okay, we have some sort of reverse ghost situation going on. I think what we need to do is run towards Dead Man's Peak, and every time it's about to solar flare, we have our swords out ready to go.
How far is Dead Man's Peak?
It's up there. And I'm pointing at the mountain that we were
Oh, shit.
cycling towards.
an
shit.
hour and a half's walk.
Just realized that I'm supposed to have rolled
Yep.
daring when I transformed.
Okay.
Yeah. And what ability do you get?
That will be determined. I 8. So I'm going to go with in harmony with my beast and make clear a condition.
Love not having conditions
Mm-hmm.
when in combat moments.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's where we need to go. And every time the solar flares happen, weird thing comes and attacks us.
The wind picks up again.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
swords.
This is maybe on the edge of being metagamey, so I
Yeah.
just want to get your
Go for it.
opinion on it.
Yep, absolutely.
Ostensibly, I could not have cleared that condition and once again move in ways that no ordinary person could, and be a vehicle.
Yes.
I am a quadruped and a big
yes.
dog.
You can do that. That is the thing you can do.
Yes, please. Yes,
Is
please. I am
that
obsessed with
You can do that.
this.
yeah? Okay,
All out.
I'll remark that condition. And
But can you carry 2 of us?
that is the question.
You can for a distance, probably not the full distance. Let's say that.
Yep, sure.
You can
I
for-
don't think I would be able to do much else.
Yep.
Incredible.
Climb on board, I guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna like lower myself to the ground and be like, well, are we going to this peak or are we not?
Was there
Aurora.
one more solar flare just about to happen that we should deal
You can
with?
hop on first.
All right, let's do that.
All right.
I'm
I grab
very-
on.
How does this feel, Aurora?
They're very soft. I'm very stressed.
So, and you start to bound across the landscape.
I'm
Sword.
trying not to go like so fast as to burn myself out real quick,
Yep,
but
trying to pace
also
yourself.
not so fast as to bounce both of you off immediately.
Yep.
But it's
Border
also
collies.
not a smooth ride.
No.
Mhm.
So traveling across the landscape quite quickly, but not super, like not intensely quickly. You're making good progress.
Faster than the bike.
Faster than the bike, but possibly less sustainable than the bike. And it's hard to notice the wind picking up when you're moving this quickly.
So we just have, just have my sword at the
straight
ready.
up have your swords out.
Yeah.
Yep.
God, that
And
is such a choice image.
it's so good.
It's so good.
Oh, yeah, it's nice. Like the dramatic lights in the sky. And
Yeah.
swords out.
Yep.
Speaking of dramatic lights in the sky,
There it goes again.
there it goes again. The solar flare. This time you see a few figures. One like in various points around you. The ones closest to you with the screeching in your mind take a swing at you as you go past. The solar flare ends. Then you keep going.
So they just missed? Or
Yeah,
The
they just
solar
missed.
flare just died before they could
Ah,
make
okay.
contact.
Yep. The next time when the solar flare comes, you see maybe a dozen
Oh my
figures
God.
in the landscape before you.
This is so fucking creepy.
I have
You're
I have so many questions for Aurora specifically. but also I am running, and I don't know how I would not have a sword in my mouth right now.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, like, what is going on?
Yeah. I as we're running and I like see these figures, I'm going to try and commune with the unseen
Makes sense.
as best as I can.
Mhm.
They
How does one
probably
commune with unseen while on
little
the back of a werewolf?
I'd say it'll be
Water.
probably a simplified
Mhm.
ritual.
Mhm.
So I think get my little companion. He's probably been like tucked in here.
Oh yeah, I
I'll
forgot
just get
about
him,
them.
yeah, to like take a like bite
Mm.
out of me so that I've got like
You
some
want a little
blood, and I
snack?
probably have like a talisman that like I bleed on, and then like say an incantation.
Yep.
And eyes roll back in my head, and I'm like, I'm gonna need you to
Yeah.
hold on to me.
I'm now holding on to you, and I've had to sheath my sword in order to do that.
Yep.
So I need to roll, and I'll once again give a dangerous unseen a string on me. I roll plus spirit. Please be a good roll. I'm so
if
tired.
you're supporting Aurora while she's trying to do this, you can use a string if you want to add a +1 to that roll. You can influence people to help them succeed.
Yeah, give
if
me
There
you
you
want
go.
to.
Oh yeah, I want to get rid of those strings.
Yep.
God. So it's gonna be an 8.
An 8. What happens on an 8?
I can choose 2 from the 10 plus list, but one thing goes awry.
Mhm.
So 2 things happen. I want to learn something important from the unseen,
Mhm.
and
Temporarily
alter the unseen nature of a place.
Okay.
Something, and then the thing that goes awry is probably that hungry unseen destroy a whole non-sentient life in a small area.
How sentient is your small friend?
Mm-hmm.
It's real sad.
I don't want to do this.
I know.
Well, we've all had to do things we didn't want to do.
But I feel like the point of this
Yeah.
game is to
Yours-
break people.
Yours was all just like talking about your feelings, though.
Yes, and I didn't want to do that.
Okay.
The other ones, yeah, I think
Not
that's
relevant.
The one.
That's the one.
Mhm.
So yes, I
As-
learned something important from the unseen, and I can temporarily alter the unseen nature of a place.
As you're performing the ritual, the power that had originally flowed from you into does that have a name?
Good.
No.
It doesn't have a name.
For the best.
That's fine.
Into your new friend is burnt up in the ritual. You're drawing on as much power as you possibly can, and you inadvertently draw the power from your plant friend back into yourself, and they go limp on your shoulder and just kind of fall into your pocket.
Oh.
You learn something about the unseen.
Mm.
The next time the solar winds flare up, instead of just screaming this time, you hear actual words coming through. And they say, "You do not have permission to cross these lands. When the invaders came, they didn't ask permission either. They walked in with their blades and their hatred. We had blades and hatred too."
Are we
And-
bad guys?
And I temporarily alter the unseen nature of a place.
Do you have a way in which, I have an idea, but do you have a way in which you were hoping to alter the nature of the place?
I think ideally I would like to create a channel of darkness where the solar flares don't affect. So basically
Oh, okay.
a path with which the
can run.
unseen cannot
Cannot reach you.
reach us.
Okay. My idea was being able to see them
Or
permanently.
that.
Choose between those two, whichever you'd like. It's your power.
Or maybe that we get permission. Because they said you don't have permission to cross these lands. Maybe we alter that temporarily. We have permission to cross these lands.
It would be.
You just pull out a little slip and it says,
My mum
actually,
said.
my mum said I
Mom
could.
said I can be here. Yeah, I think it'll probably that I can see them will
Yeah.
be more
As
accurate.
that power flows out across the land in front of you, you see hundreds
Oh, I hate that.
and thousands
my god.
of people standing with swords, families standing, holding each other, people around buildings, people going about their lives, just communities interspersed with people fighting. And you can just see it all in front of you. And I'm going to say for this moment, that power is enough because of the brave sacrifice of our small friend that you also are able to see this.
Oh my god.
That's
partially
really
from the
intense.
shock of it, and partially because it now feels like I was running through an empty field that occasionally had people in it, and now it's just like the way is.
You're going to
I'm
stop.
gonna skid to a halt.
And do the people like approach us?
They stand there with swords drawn, glaring at you.
I go wait. And I climb off your back.
I mean,
Yeah, I think that I'll let you decide if it makes sense for it to have happened before or after people climb off me.
Yep.
But I think seeing, like, do we hear that shout as well, or
No, I
do
think-
we just see the
I
thing?
think
Just
Just
see.
Okay.
You hear the screeching.
Mhm.
You've always been able to hear the screeching, but the actual words within the screaming only Aurora could hear.
Mhm. I feel like I'm intruding here,
Yep.
and I'm just going to uncontrollably like shift
Transform back.
Yeah.
Great. I like the image of you turning back into people with everyone still on top of
I
you.
also think that
Just like
Just
So-
to like really confuse the tone of this scene.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So we're in the dirt on our ass.
Yeah.
And I'm actually like the people. I'm gonna turn to the unseen that are closest to us. I'm gonna take my sword out and I'm just gonna lay it on the ground.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna say, with the best of that connection that I still have, no, we do not mean to intrude here. We mean you no harm. This is your place. We only need pass through. I'm sorry for the wrongs that have been done to you before. I put my sword down.
I put my sword down as well.
I'm gonna put my sword down as well and be like, "Did you tell them about the papaya?" Oh, okay.
Now, in the Thirsty Sword Lesbian universe, like the sword is tantamount
Oh yeah.
to your everything.
Oh,
so
yeah.
laying your sword down is a heckin' big gesture. So as you laid your swords down, they let the points of theirs drop as well. Some sheathed them, some put them down and turned back to families. Some keep watching you, but they step apart and create an opening, I guess, in the hundreds of people in front of you, allowing passage towards Dead Man's Peak.
I think we can go now.
Do we?
Can we get
Do we?
us?
Yeah. Do we leave our swords,
No, you
or
can just-
was it like a
just
gestural thing?
Just sheath them. It's fine.
You're like,
As you
oh.
there's one slightly older guy watching
Gee.
you, and every time you go to pick up your sword, he kind of goes.
We have fun here.
And he chuckles and walks away.
Swords sheathed. Onwards, we
Onwards.
journey.
Can we still see them as we're moving through, or does that fade?
It starts to fade.
Okay.
Not too long after. Now they are not quite so angry. So you continue walking on. It's like I think I said, an hour and a half wander to Dead Man's Peak.
But we did have a whole bunch of
Running.
werewolf
Running.
time.
That's true. So like 20 minutes left.
Cool.
Good job.
Oh, very nice. Good.
Mm-hmm.
Good running.
Excellent.
You make it to the base of Dead Man's Peak. Solar flares still going above you. You start to climb up. It's a little bit difficult in the dark, but at this point, compared to the rest of your journey, this is fine.
Mm.
You've been through much worse. You climb over the last ridge, and before you is one large papaya with rows of fairy lights coming off it. On the ground next to the papaya. On the ground next to the papaya is a stop laughing, Ebony, because you're making me laugh. Is a picnic blanket with a feast laid out next to a cute little basket. And sitting next to the picnic blanket is Miriam. Just kind of nervously looking at you guys. Like, kind of, you came, but you brought, but you came. Hi. I'm glad you made it. I wasn't sure whether you, like, I know you really like I think you said you liked the big papaya, and I know it's like, it's kind of a town tradition to have first dates under the big papaya, but I've heard so many incredible, clear your face, so many incredible things about the solar flares here and how beautiful they are, that I really wanted to show you, and they're kind of like Aurora's, and your name is, I don't know if you know this, your name is, of course you know your own name, I know everyone knows their own name unless something goes very, very wrong, but I really wanted you to see them, and so, and I know you said once that you like mystery books, and I thought like a fun little adventure would be a fun time. Hi. So you're not really saying much, and that's totally cool. I know this is, like, I know we've known each other for a little while, and you're not the most talkative person, and maybe I'm too talkative, and maybe I should stop talking sometime.
Maybe you should stop talking.
Okay.
Hey,
Aurora.
Aurora, you just catch your breath for a second.
Tell me to catch my breath.
Just take a minute. I'm gonna approach and be like, hey, can I just
Oh, hey.
Hi,
I'm Miriam. You're Juno, right?
Yeah.
Lovely. I didn't realize she was gonna bring friends.
I don't think that it's been a confusing kind of couple days, and I don't think that she knew what was going on or who the letter was from.
Oh, but that was kind of like the mystery of it. She really likes mysteries.
But
and I thought a real life mystery could be fun too. I just wanted to do something I really wanted to impress her. She's so cool. She's so unbelievably cool. And I knew I had to do something big and cool to show her that I can be cool too.
yeah. I think if she gets a bit to catch her breath, then maybe she'll chat to you about that. But we just had a bit of a spooky time, and so just
like turn and like walk away. And just like walk like down the mountain a little bit. Sort of just like not even.
Yeah.
I just need to be away. I just need to be away from there. Would you count that as running away and leaving something important behind?
I would indeed do that. I may also count that as staggering, depending what feels more narratively.
You suffer a emotional blow.
What does yours do? And we'll see what works.
What does mine do?
Yeah.
It clears my frightened condition.
Okay. So you're no longer frightened?
Yeah,
I think that makes
I'd say I'm not frightened.
You're absolutely
I'm
no
just
longer
like,
frightened.
I need to go. And I'm just like,
I've just been in a permanent
Walking.
state of being angry this whole time.
You have.
you have been angry this whole time.
Yeah.
You tried to.
Want to join me on that side?
And I'm just, wandering, like, just down
I'm about to
from
follow
where
you.
we were.
But before that, I do have one question that Miriam, you said.
Yes. Hello.
Hi. Just quick question, just curiosity, really.
Yeah. I love curiosity.
How the fuck did you get the papaya here?
Oh, I've been planning this for a while, actually. I've picked up some odd jobs, and I hired some. They call this company U-Haul. They just they move things. That's their whole job.
So
And they're really useful. So I hired them to grab the papaya. I may have forged some documents saying that it needed to be moved to a new location.
And you got them to move it here in the
Yeah.
middle of the dark side of this planet, which is filled with hungry, angry ghosts.
It's what?
You missed the ghosts.
I've been here for a while setting up.
I see.
I don't know when the ghosts came out.
Did you have a torch? Did that like blow out when the solar flares started? Was that?
Some of the fairy lights have not been making it through the. I thought I just plugged them in wrong, and I've been kind of troubleshooting. But
yeah,
you can see there's like
That's probably
like,
okay.
there's a few left,
cool.
but definitely not all of. Is that why she's sad?
There's a lot going on. I'm gonna go ask why she's sad. I think that's
Okay.
probably maybe.
Should I?
No, I think you should just stay right where you are.
Okay.
It's a-
Well, I guess. Hey, Juno, do you want? I made some hummus.
Of course you did.
I could absolutely smash some hummus.
Okay.
I've transformed twice today, and I am extremely hungry.
Great.
I'm gonna follow you and see where you're at.
I'm just like sitting at the bottom of this mountain. Like, no, probably not all the way down
Just
the
like a
bottom.
little
Just
way
like a
down
little,
the-
little 10 minutes away,
Yeah.
you know?
I'm just gonna come sit next to you.
Would you like remind me what we know about Miriam?
You met Miriam earlier as the person who busted into the bookshop and told
Me.
Aurora
Mhm.
that the big papaya was missing.
Mm-hmm. And that's the only
You would know Miriam as
just like in
a
passing.
person
yeah.
around town.
Mhm.
Yeah. You want to let it all out?
I'm so sorry that you had got dragged all the way across the solar system for this, for me. Am I that unapproachable?
Oh,
Wow.
Like she couldn't just come and try and talk to me? Or did she think that this is what I need? that, like, the whole town put in jeopardy because of me. There's no other way.
No, Aurora. None of this was your fault. None of this was your fault. This was the choice of someone who didn't ask what you wanted, who wasn't interested in what you wanted, who decided to do something that was very poorly thought through. You are not to blame. You didn't do anything wrong. This is entirely on Miriam. And you're allowed to be angry.
Like, we could have died, like, several times. We could have died several times.
There are so many points where we could have died.
Gone to jail.
Yep.
Like, did she not track the route that we would have to take?
Mm-hmm. That's really awful.
If they actually knew me, I doubt they would go to this much effort.
So you're allowed to be angry. You're allowed to be upset. If you want to let it out, if you want to scream, if you want to break something, there's things around here I'm sure we can find.
Kicks a rock. Kicks another rock. Picks a rock and like throws it into the darkness and just
Now, we've got a big fruit to get home.
Yeah.
Apparently, you haul delivers out here. So, I think we can potentially put in some kind of customer complaint that they have moved goods wildly inappropriately and get them to arrange for the return of the papaya.
To the picnic spot.
We're eating
How are
hummus.
you guys here?
I'm just like eating snacks and like in between small talk that is just like, oh yeah, it's just I didn't know that the Aurora was going to be quite so orange. I always like I've seen pictures of like orangey, like or more like bluey green ones, but oranges, yeah, that's kind of fun.
Yeah,
And-
these ones are my favorite.
And then sneaking in between like that kind of small talk, I'm just like, oh yeah, like but because of the solar winds, yeah, we did crash and like you know just like trying to be like just like, oh, small talk. Yeah, we've been having a rough day. Small talk. Like just to,
You nearly killed us several times.
just to try and like start laying the groundwork of like, yeah, having any particular kind of conversation right now is going to be spicy.
I'm going to give you a string, and I'm going to do a bit of a metaphor of because in that process I'm going to reach the pinnacle of my feelings once again.
It's happened a lot.
It has, my God, for someone who doesn't do that, apparently. But I'm going to remove my angry condition because I'm not actually going to scream this time. You're going to walk away and I'm going to wait a moment and I'll follow you in a bit. But I'm going to have a little cry by myself.
Oh.
And the thing that I am in fact breaking that is important to myself
It's your own mask.
is my heart.
Oh.
Things that I wanted to hear 20 years ago.
Yep.
And then I'm going to wipe that away. And then I'm going to straighten up and follow you out. Gayen up, I should say.
As I
follow you back up.
come back up like the crest of the thing, and there's the big papaya with the fairy lights.
The semi-functional
The
fairy light.
semi-functional.
One just pops.
Yeah, well, as I come back up, like another solar flare like crests over and like casts like this warm glow on Juno being like so sweet on the picnic rug talking to Miriam. But I just like see like beautiful glow and I'm like feeling real torn up, real confused.
Yep.
Feeling really confused and I walk over and I go, we should go if we're gonna get this papaya back in time for the festival.
Oh, there's 2 days to the festival, and I've got them booked for tomorrow morning to come and pick it up.
Right.
And they have this express service. They do these hyperspace jumps, so it'll be back in time to the festival. You don't have to worry about that.
Okay. That's
Juno
good.
said this has been a bit more stressful than I thought it was going to be, and I'm really sorry that was the case. I just got really excited about making a nice thing. And like I get that I can be a little bit over the top sometimes. I know that I have been, and this is I can see how this might be a little bit too much.
Miriam, you almost killed us. Like at least twice. Permanently jailed was the other option at the other point. And you know what? I appreciate that. I appreciate that you were just trying to do something nice and thoughtful. But you didn't really think about it. You didn't really think about like me. You could have just come and spoken to me or like done literally anything else, like any smaller option.
Not this.
Like any, if you
Could have been a treasure hunt on the same planet.
could have
been a little scavenger
not
hunt.
done
Could have been
theft.
Grand theft papaya.
Yes.
So well, I understand that this was coming from a place of affection. I hope that you understand that I'm not really in a place right now to be receiving that affection in the way that is good or positive. So maybe we just sit here and wait for the U-Haul to come.
How much hummus is that?
A lot of hummus.
Good. We can all eat hummus.
We've established that she's
A bit extra?
a
little bit.
She put a lot into this.
Oh,
Not
boy.
well, but
Oh boy.
it's not the best hummus you've ever tasted, but there's a lot of it.
God.
There's also some fruit, and the fruit's pretty choice.
Yeah. Don't we need to get your spoot?
Yep. Don't worry about that.
You
As
all
I
make
said-
they can make lots of stops.
Cool.
We can I hear what you're saying, and I will think really hard about it, and I'm sorry. No, you're right. You're absolutely right. And she kind of like goes to say a few more things, but just kind of stops and thinks really hard about it, and then just like eats some hummus.
I'll just eat some hummus.
And we're just eating hummus in silence.
Morosely eating hummus.
There's like a roar of solar flares above us at different points, and it's just like in the darkness, surrounded by ghosts down there, eating hummus next to a giant papaya and some fairy lights that
Keep
are popping out.
exploding.
The setting is impeccable.
Thank you.
Miriam, hun, have you ever heard about the difference between intent and impact? Because I feel like this is a really crucial learning experience for you.
I know the words, but I feel like you mean something in particular.
So we might have good intentions where we think we want to make someone else happy. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. However, if what we do doesn't make them happy and in fact makes them very unhappy, that's the impact. And that should be the main thing that you're focused on, is not on how good you felt you were doing, but what the actual result was, So what I'm saying is that I see that you had all the good intentions of making someone you care about happy.
I did. I know it went. Juno talked me through some of the stuff that happened, and I know it went terribly.
And the thing is,
wrong.
it's the thing is, even if it had all gone very smoothly and it had all been totally fine, and there were no points where our lives were ever threatened, or we were ever threatened with jail or other things, then the thing is that you didn't actually ask what Aurora wanted. You just decided based on a bunch of things. Does that make sense?
That makes a lot of sense. Thank you. Thank you for explaining that to me. I need to remember that.
I take my little guy
Oh,
out of my pocket. Oh, I take him out and I just hold him under the light of the flares, and I go, "Oh, little buddy, really didn't even have to go like that. But I guess maybe I wouldn't have met you if, we didn't go on this journey, so."
Sometimes the people and the things we care about are only in our lives for a very short time, and that doesn't make it any less meaningful and worthy to have spent that time with them.
are you looking at me with an? Oh, yep, there it is. Waiting for that. Pops down into its mouth.
But also, it is either a little pet monster or spirit. And it's still my playbook move.
Yes.
Yep.
I was going to let you bring it back.
Nice.
As you cry very deliberate tears back into its mouth. It the way that fly traps close very, very slowly. It you can't even tell if it's moving. You think it might be moving, but do you just hope it's moving?
Maybe I'm just making it up.
But in slow motion. And the two little eyes just pop back up into existence.
Hey, little guy. Hi. Oh, immediately bites my finger. Ow. He's okay. He stayed with me. I hold him.
Oh.
Put him back
Chomp,
in
chomp,
my
chomp,
pocket.
chomp,
He's just back on that
sucking
earlobe.
Oh God!
I mean, changing it from biting. Did you just say sucking?
I said sucking. I said what I said.
And so the rest of, I'm not going to say night because it's the dark side of Noyenion, but
Time passes.
time passes, the flares become fewer and fewer, and the snacks also become fewer and fewer, except the hummus, the really dry hummus kind of just stays there.
Every time you forget and you have a bit of it and you're like, nope, still
bad. Still bad. Why is it so bad?
Oh God.
It's just mushed up.
I'm gonna write a better hummus recipe and give that to Miriam as well.
And then the U-Haul arrives many hours later. You've kind of had a rough night's sleep on the picnic blanket, or some of you have stayed up talking. Some of you wake up cuddled together, perhaps.
I ate more snacks than is maybe appropriate because I was incredibly hungry, and then because of that not being a socially acceptable norm, I have transformed once again, which is just very not productive because it just makes me hungrier. But I am just going to be big sleepy puppy.
Yeah.
So soft.
That's so
So
adorable.
You may or may not be used as a pillow.
I've reached my emotional capacity. I will be sleeping up against a tree over there.
Fair.
That's it.
So you all find your respective sleeping places. Miriam up against the papaya, kind of poking the hummus with a sad finger. And the U-Haul arrives with dexterity unknown to any other species. They pick up the papaya and pop it in the truck with so many ratchet straps. They help you pack up the picnic and the fairy lights. When you let them know where the spoot is, they're like, yeah, no wuckers, we can add a trip on. Little detour. It'll cost you extra though. And Miriam's just like, yeah, that's okay. So you go pick up the spoot, load it in. And as soon as you leave the atmosphere of Noyenion, they turn around and go, buckle up. You have just enough time to buckle up before the ship like shoots forward like unbelievably quickly. And you're home again. The town is not pleased with Miriam, understandably so. She has community service for the rest of her life. She avoids the bookshop for possibly the rest of her life. But the Papaya Festival goes off without a hitch. The centerpiece back where it belongs. Would you each like to share a short epilogue sentence?
Yeah, I think or maybe a tiny epilogue scene.
Yeah, okay.
I think like as we're like on the landing bay of the thing, I like turn to Juno and I go like, so you know, what now? I guess Emerald will probably have been missing you. I'm amazed she was okay with you coming all the way out to the edges of the galaxy with me.
At that moment, it clicks.
Right.
I'm like, oh, wait. Emerald and I aren't dating.
What?
I think. Sorry, let me know if I'm misreading this, but
What?
I just sorry, I just thought I got the impression that you thought that maybe we would. I don't.
I mean, you guys. You've been spending so much time together, and you know you're always going places together and going on hikes and stuff.
Yeah, I just don't know many other people who like hiking, and I have a lot of energy to burn.
She really does like hiking.
I mean, she's cool. Don't get me wrong, but like, yeah, that's not a thing. That's just. I mean, sorry, I would have told you sooner. I hadn't realized that you'd. That look in hindsight. In hindsight, does make a lot.
In hindsight.
So you're not with Emerald.
No, just you know,
Cool.
mates.
Cool. That's cool. Cool. Well, I'll see you at the festival.
Well, okay.
And I like walk away, or and turn around, like. Unless you would maybe like want to go together.
Go to the festival?
Yeah. If
Yeah.
you like, if you like, even want to go to it,
Yeah. I mean, of course I'm going to be at the festival. Like I.
cannot.
And I'm going to just like say that, and as I'm saying it, I'm just like just musing on the things that I have learned of Aurora specifically about like not dealing with her feelings openly and being like, just yeah, it's a date.
Yeah. And I was gonna say I was trying to clear my insecure. I don't think I managed.
Now you're insecure for a different reason.
It's a start.
Yeah.
But do you have any parting?
I actually think that process was so emotionally taxing.
Don't you mean healing?
Yes. That's actually what I mean. I was forced to do a lot of work that I have been avoiding doing for a very long time. And in fact, I believe there is a way in the thing, and like obviously this is just for the vibes, but like you can stop being a particular thing.
You can.
And you can be another thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I am actually going to return to the thing that I was before I became this trickster. And in this process, I am going to become, is it the paladin one? The devoted.
The devoted, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So if you resolve your central internal conflict of your playbook, you, I guess, graduate from that playbook and can move on to another one that better reflects your emotional landscape.
So I think it might
You're
be
like a
time.
pillar of the community now.
It might be time for me to let someone else get close to me. And maybe I'll invite that person who is nice in the town, whose name I don't have in my head because I didn't actually interact with them or meet them or anything. Maybe I'll invite them to have tea sometime. And that would be very nice. Mm-hmm.
Look at us all healing and growing.
Yeah. And with that, we will wrap up our session of Thirsty Soul Lesbians. Thank you so much for joining me on this ridiculous adventure and for playing so wholeheartedly. I hope everyone at home had fun too. And I hope you go find the book, go find the playbooks and give it a whirl. It's a lot of fun.
Can recommend.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye. What a fucking journey.